What's up, guys? All these passed back in my 6 months to master series, and I'm still trying to figure out why my mic is not recording like I want it to. Let me take a look at the back. It's on the correct settings, so hopefully the audio is coming through alright on these. So we just watched the one versus Manga Jews, which was a Zerg. And now we have a TvT versus Ixie, right here, Ixie. Silver Terran. We're going to play on Whirlwind LE, which is the latter edition of the map. And he spawns here in the top left corner is the red Terran. I am the bottom left corner, the blue Terran. And we'll pull up the interesting little units, tabbies, and whatnot. Good luck, have fun is extended. And we'll go faster ×4. So the ramp is here. And I will, of course, wall with the supply depot, barracks, and supply depot. And he will do likewise with his supply depot, barracks, and most likely supply depot. So mirror builds going on early on. I do send out a SCV scout that does get rejected by that second supply depot, so he comes right home. Get my other supply depot down, bring that one down so the SCV can get in, close it back up. Accidentally mismanage my tech lab landing zone, but I do get my tech lab on and my 2 additional racks. Gas is working, macroing out SCVs one after the other, and the base is working pretty well so far, so let's pause it. Let's go check out my opponent. He's got his orbital. My orbital is also done, and I believe he scanned me. I don't think I've used my scan just yet. He's gone double gas into 3 barracks. No, that's a factory. So he's got 2 racks factory and an engineering bay, which is down but not researching anything as yet. We're equivalent on workers, and our armies are similar-ish. So again, I'm just going for the typical 3 racks play that I normally do. Instead of scanning, I call down a mule to get some more minerals out. My reactors are going down. Stim is being researched, and I'm cranking out my marauders. I'm continuing to macro up my SCVs. His army's out here at the front of his base as he has 2 reactored barracks, a reactored starport now, 4 medevacs, and he's getting his tech lab for siege tanks. You know, pretty standard opening. His +1's nearly done here, and we'll pause. 8.5 minutes, I'm making my push. I have 17 Marines, 5 Marauders. I have no medevac support for this. My engineering bay is not down as yet. My factory is coming down. And I believe I have an SCV that is going to move out to expand. So let's slow it down to ×2. And watch as my units run up here. He's building a bunker now to defend this. And again, I think I might have casted this one. I'm going to have to look. I accidentally deleted the folder that had everything, so it didn't get uploaded, so I probably cast it, and now I have to do it again. But anyway, bunker's going down here. Should be here. And probably supply depots for a wall if he's going to go defensive. If you're not going to play defensive at this point of the game, this bunker really isn't needed. So I'm assuming he's going to go defensive. This should be here. Supply depot, supply depot, supply depot, supply depot. Should complete the wall. And then, you know, probably siege tank, siege tank, siege tank, siege tank, or just 2. If he's got his armory up anywhere, which he doesn't as yet, and got the upgrades for his tanks as a turtle defense, that would be really good. And get him well into the mid-game, I would think. Personal opinion, you know, I'm ahead in supply, but we shall see how long that lasts, as he has his +1. And my units have no upgrades as yet. So let's continue on. My guys park up outside of his ramp just to make sure everybody gets together. And then we should make the push here momentarily. So here comes the push up. Clumped up on the ramp is not a good spot to be. You want to try and get in and try and get the concave going, you know, side to side. As they start spreading out, so they do manage to get in and start attacking. I focus fire down the barracks to make sure that I can get that, and then I should focus fire down the tank, hopefully, and eliminate the damage that could do. That does go down. And his army supply is dropping a bit. He does have some heals for it. But I have too many units, I think, for this, so I do end up managing to kill off a lot of his units. My reinforcements show up. One of my SCVs is here for support, I suppose. Or he just wants to be a Marine. He runs in to get some attacks. He does not get the kill on that guy or that guy. He does help, though. And then he goes after the tech lab and says, "Rawr, I will kill that." So I try to kill off the tech lab so he can't get tanks anymore. He does have a turret here, so I kill that in case I want to go and do any drop play. And he cleans up my army. I do have more reinforcements moving across. My expansion is up. I'm not really macroing behind this attacks. It does not seem. I have my starport down with my reactor now. Factory has landed, and I'll probably be getting a tech lab on that. And still no additional buildings or production as yet. So I need to transition out of this. Probably throw down a couple more racks here. Double engineering bay. Something along those lines with the money that I have. So I'm building more units. And instead of pushing all the way across, I'm rallying over here by the Zelnaga. Do not move close enough to it to use its vision. But knowing that he's there, it's unlikely that he's going to run that way. So... excuse me. So I'm getting my units here. Obviously nothing on the upgrades. Somebody throws down a scan. That was me. I scanned his expansion to see what kind of army he has. I see that he's got the Widow Mine. And, scans will normally clean those up pretty well. So I'm hoping at this point that massive amounts of units will overwhelm whatever he is able to put out. I saw a very heavy Marine composition. So I wasn't fearing Marauders. And knowing that I killed his tech lab, I wasn't really fearing tanks in quantity. It appears after I scanned him, I see he has no tech lab. So there will be no tanks from this factory. He could have another factory here somewhere, but he does not. Also, he has one engineering bay. He's getting his armory now to get his +2. And I keep the scans going to get an idea of what it is that he's doing. Scouting information helps a lot. And I see that he also has a planetary here, so that's going to be a pain in the ass to fight against. So my units, he is 1-1. My units are still 0-0. My expansion is working well. I'm getting my 4th gas to help support the medevac tank production. I have 2 more barracks down with reactors on them, and my double tech lab is going down now. So 13.5 minutes in the game with no upgrades, probably not a good spot to be. So I'm just massing up units here. He runs a couple units out, so he knows I'm out here now. So I think I decide... Do I decide to make the push here? No, I decided to just stay here. So he knows I've got an army sitting out here. He doesn't really know exactly what's in it, I suppose. And he probably just saw a little bit. So I'm parking, just building up. I'm way ahead on supply, 22 ahead on supply. And I do end up pushing forward a bit after the scan, knowing that his army's here. I think I'm going to siege my tank up here and try to get some high ground vision. And luckily I sieged just before he pushed. Got a few good hits off before the tank died. And I stim in. And I clean up his army. And he just leaves the game. So there's a pretty good win for me. We'll quit that replay. And let's go directly into the next one, which is on May 27th. And it should be the 4th game. Flying Eyes of Zerg. It's 11:21, so this should not take too long. So this is on Akalon Wastes. He's also a silver player. Silver Zerg, spawned in the red in here in the top left corner. Good luck, have fun. And good luck, have fun from the Blue Terran All Days Pass in the bottom right corner. So we'll... Oh, you know what? I forgot. I could do this. Boing. Haha, look what I figured out earlier this evening when I was playing with Vel and them. Really, I should probably start the replay from in here so you guys don't see that. But I may cover that up altogether as A-Tariff suggested. Was it A-Tariff? Or was it Alex? I don't remember. I'm sorry, guys. One of you guys made a great suggestion and said, hey, just put a graphic over that in your rendering software and you'll be fine. So, anyway, probably the usual 3 Rex play. It's my standard play for now. As the other ones, I haven't really had a chance to look at or mess with yet. So, right now I'm just getting my basic structures down. Repel the drone scout. Get another Marine. Reason being that I did that is because I don't have this yet. So I'm just, forgot gas. So I'm just going to crank out Marines and I'll hopefully catch up on the Marauders. So at this point, we're 4 minutes in. Let's take a look and see what he's doing. He's got his spawning pool down, double gas, and he's getting his expansion. So not too bad. He's got an Overlord parked here, so he'll be able to see any troop movement out of my base. I call back my SCV scout and he gets stuck down there. I do finally get him inside. The Marines move out. SCV's just chilling with the Marines saying, what's up, guys? How you doing? What's it like to shoot things? I have this drill for an arm. This drill for an arm is pretty sweet. Take a look at this drill for an arm of mine. Let's zoom in on the SCV. Can't really. I don't know how to do this yet, so let's zoom back out. Alright, so right now we are at 7 minutes in. My smallish army, 7 Marines, 2 Marauders, 25 SCVs to his 25 drones. He has no offensive units as yet, and he's got plenty of larvae to use. So let's take a look in his main. Double Evo chambers. He is researching missile attacks and ground carapace. So he's getting +1 attacks and armor, looks like. But he doesn't have any offensive units as yet. So he's getting upgrades before units. He is getting his Roach Warren down. Hasn't made any Zerglings. It's a bit of an unusual approach. I don't play Zerg, so this may be standard to get early upgrades, but I think normally you make some Zerglings to get some map control, a little bit of harass, maybe a Baneling nest before Roach Warren and upgrades, but I don't know. Again, I don't play Zerg, so I do not know the answer to that question. So he is morphing into Lair. He is getting his Hydralisk Den down, so he's gone Roach Hydra. Again, it'll be a good composition. He's getting Roach Speed as well. Still no roaches. 18 larvae now. He must... he's hitting his injects, but he's not using the larva up. I guess he's saving it so he can do a mass spawn of roaches. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of minerals, so what he's spending it on, I'm not sure. He's supply blocked at the moment, so he can't spend on anything. Unit-wise, he could make structures, but that's about it. And here comes the first batch of roaches. He went from having no roaches to 6. And he's getting another gas. Is he going double gas? Yes, he's getting 2 more gases to support this. Again, like I said, don't play Zerg, but from what I'm seeing so far, I don't think this is correct. Hydralisk Den with no Hydras. 3 queens for 2 bases. I guess he wants to spread creep. It's not very spread as yet. 9.5 minutes in. My units are starting to move out, it looks like. 22 Marines, 5 Marauders. So I'm moving out about a minute later, so I have a few more units than I normally would. My engineering bay is down. I have +1 attack. I should start getting +2 armor here soon. And my expansion is starting to go down. So I will move this army across. And unfortunately, my SCV that wants to be a Marine arrives before anything else and dies damn near instantly. So his units are 1-1. Mine are 1-0. I have a lot more of them than he does, though. Unfortunately, I bunch up here instead of moving up. He does spawn some more roaches. His initial army died pretty much there. And he's down to no offensive units other than his queens. I still have 15 Marines and 5 Marauders, some of which are still coming across the map and are stimmed. It's weird how if they're not on the screen, you hit stim, everything stims. I mean, the guys that are even back here probably stim No, those guys are good. They just popped, but he's not stemmed either. I don't know. It's weird. But in any case, push in to his expansion and start killing that off. A few more roaches come down. My army splits, basically. And he says, need to figure out the counter to the one base all in. And again, it is an all-in-ish type build, but it's not completely all in. I mean, I do have some units for defense here if I ended up losing these guys. Excuse me. I do have my second going down. I have a factory coming down. My +1 armor. I mean, I could transition out of this. You know, if he were to hold, I could just deny this altogether and then pull back and still have a fairly sizable army. But rather than sticking around to see what the transition is, good game, well played, and he leaves. So, pretty good game there for me. And I hope you guys are enjoying these as much as I am making them. I'm going to go and I think play my placement match for this season real quick. And then call it a night, go to bed. So it's 12:30 in the morning. And like, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, I will catch you all later.